Hello. So this is an update just almost 7 months after I have first tried Invisalign. So I've been wearing it every day for very many hours a day, most of the day. And here's my thoughts 6 months into it. I mentioned in my first video that I've had a lot of pain and a lot of side effects after first trying Invisalign. As the time went on, I don't really get them as much at all. From time to time, a new tray will give me a weird hooking on my cheek feeling, which is totally weird, but it's really not a big deal. I just kind of move it out of the way with my tongue and it just kind of stays back. A little gross. I'm still not used to it. Everybody that I've watched, they're like, oh, it's like your second skin, like you feel weird when you don't wear them. No. I always know there's something in my mouth. 24/7, I feel like I need to readjust my lip, like that. Maybe because I have a small lip, but I continuously feel like something is like getting stuck under my lip. So I've pretty much developed this weird habit now to do like that all the time, which I hate because I see myself in videos of everyday life stuff and I do this weird thing and it really bugs me. But hopefully again, once they're gone, this will be gone as well. So right now I'm wearing my Invisalign. I'm talking with it on. I definitely don't think there's any lisp left, but there's a lot of clickiness still. There's a lot of saliva when I talk. And I feel like it's much more wet sounding than I would prefer it to be, and I'm still not as comfortable in smiling in it because again, same thing, when I smile my lips kind of get hooked and touch it, and I feel like that ruins the genuine smile for me, which I really don't like. So when I smile I feel like I have to readjust my lip again because it gets hooked onto it. I've noticed that some of you said that it was very satisfying to watch me talk with it on. I have a feeling it's the effect of plastic. Clear plastic always has this effect, like when you watch it happen, especially when it's enveloping something, it's somewhat satisfying. So I know that many of you have actually commented and said that when I talk with my Invisalign on, it's somehow very pleasant to watch it. Which is kind of hilarious, but also thank you. I'll take the extra compliment. So as of right now, you see that there's been a lot of movement, a lot of improvement that's been happening. Because the process of moving teeth is so complex, at some point, for about a month or so, I had a time when they were moving my teeth out to help the bottom teeth shift back in, especially my canines right here. So what they were doing is, again, they were creating space in my upper teeth, which was really embarrassing. If I took off my Invisalign, they were literally like, it would look like a fence, like you can actually see through it. It was really embarrassing. Also very weird because a lot of food would get stuck in there and it was just not comfortable feeling. But again, boohoo. But this is the video that I'm just sharing my experience with, so you know about it. Now they are starting to move it back as my bottom teeth are getting inward. So my first appointment after my first set, so it was like 15 or 16 weeks in, they had to shave off some of my teeth. So the bottom jaw, these side ones, they polished in between. So the way they do it is they take a toothpick. It's pretty painful to talk about it, but it actually feels nothing. They take a toothpick, they shove it right between your teeth at the bottom of the tooth, and then they take a tool and they polish off the edges of 2 teeth on each side, creating space in between your tooth, and then take it out and you get a space. Then they measure it, make sure it's the right size. They usually do that to create, again, more movement to certain teeth. And again, my bottom teeth were the main concern and the main problem. So the second time that I went to see them, which was about 6 months into my sets, and I got the third set now, and it's for 10 weeks. And this time they made spaces in between these bottom 4 teeth. And once I take them off, you might be able to see a little of spaces. I'll show you up close. I hope you're not grossed out. So this time they made spaces in between the bottom lower teeth to again create more space to help these 2 canines to shift back in the right position. I noted that before I had an overbite and underbite all at once, so they had to correct a lot. I still have to sleep with rubber bands going from the back to the front, and it's hard to open your mouth once you have the rubber bands in. I usually wear them at night. Thank God I only had to wear them at night. Cannot imagine wearing them during the day. That would be so much harder to do. Let's compare without the trays now. Yeah. So now my trays are out, and you can hear me talking a little bit more clearly and maybe less satisfying. You'll start seeing some spaces in between my teeth as I talk, and I'll probably show it to you up close. So last time we talked about how my attachment fell off. Attachments on pretty much my whole lower jaw. And when I called them the first time, they said it could be of concern, but that they told me that it should be fine. I went to see the orthodontist there and the assistants and stuff like that, and they told me it should be fine without the attachments. Many of you have been very concerned and told me that it's a must to have the attachments. So on my second appointment, when I got my second set of trays, so like on my 15th or 17th week or something like that, I went to see the doctor again to get my other set and to get reevaluated. And they again told me that attachments are not necessary in every single case. And it's basically, you have the attachment so the trays don't fall off. If you don't have problems of them being pulled out and like falling out of your mouth, then the attachments are not necessary at all times unless they suggest some. So I insisted and I said, please do create attachments, at least on some of them, because one of them actually was coming off, like my one side of my Invisalign, the bottom one. When I wore rubber bands, it did start to pull off as my teeth started to straighten a little bit more. So they have tried attaching them on 3 separate teeth, and they were only able to do it on 1 out of the 3 on one side. It was a real struggle. They literally had to create like a whole new little thing. If for some reason the composite would not stay on my teeth, just nothing helped. They actually had a few different people consult, and they all tried to figure it out, and again, only one of the attachments stayed. Everything else fell off as soon as I closed my mouth. So they just again agreed that it should be fine if I just have these couple attachments. So right now I'm gonna come closer. Okay, so right now I have this one, this one, this one, and this one on my bottom teeth. Originally I was supposed to be on basically all of them besides these front teeth, just like they have on my upper teeth. You see, I have on each tooth. Here's the spaces that I'm talking about. There's no space here. So right now they told me that they're trying to rotate this tooth as it's not fully aligned. And they're trying to fix these teeth too. So this tooth is also being pushed right now. They have an attachment this way, and then that way. So they're literally trying to crooked it out like this forward, which is kind of interesting because when I wear it, I can actually feel my front tooth being like pulled out. It's the weirdest feeling. You can still see that I still have this tooth sticking out, but they're definitely much more straight. My teeth used to be like this, crooked to the side. Now it's definitely straightened and it's much more aligned. I also love to see this line emerge as I've never had the straight line on my bottom teeth, and it was the biggest. It was embarrassing, you know, when, I don't know, it's just not symmetrically pleasing when your teeth are that crooked as much as they were for me. But I'm very happy with the results at this time. I do have to say their whitening bleach that they give you did not work for me at all. I have to put them back again. That they provide you with, they give you like a few syringes of the bleaching solution, and you're supposed to leave it overnight for like 8 hours. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. Did not like it. Hated it. So sticky, gooey, and just keeps leaking into my mouth. Anyway, so I do recommend using like a really hardcore whitening toothpaste, maybe like for 2 days a week. I usually do it like every other day right now as a follow-up, one time in the morning after I have my coffee, and then I do the whitening toothpaste, and then I put them back in, and then I basically brush in a couple hours again. And then at night I have a very nice toothpaste that helps protect and restore enamel. That's for sensitive teeth, and it creates a coating on your teeth to protect your teeth for corrosion from all of the whitening ingredients in the whitening toothpaste. And I just when I brush my teeth at night, my dentist also suggested to just leave all the toothpaste on. So instead of washing it away or trying to spit most of it out, I try to spit a little bit out and just kind of wash my tongue. Super weird. And then I leave most of the toothpaste on, and then I put my trays in. And she said that that's going to be the greatest thing that I can do right now. So that's my little short update as for now. This has been again 6 months into my Invisalign treatment, and I'm pretty happy with the results. Again, certain occasions, like again the teeth being spread out too far, just uncomfortable. You adjust. As these little small things pop up, your self-image goes down just a little bit, just because you become a little bit more aware that you have spaces now between your teeth, but the rest of your teeth look straighter, so it kind of compensates, and you actually feel more confident in that sense. So it's kind of give and take at this stage. I'm really excited to see the results so quickly. A huge difference right away, so that's that. I'll see you now in a few weeks again with update. I'll let you know how everything goes from there. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye bye.